with justice. And surely excellent is that which Allah admonishes you. Allah is all-hearing, all-seeing. O ye who believe, obey Allah and obey His Messenger, and those who are in authority among you. And if you defer anything among yourselves, refer it to Allah and His Messenger. If you are believers in Allah and the last day, that is the best and most commendable in the end.
Je vais maintenant présenter les vers juste traduits en français. En vérité, Allah vous commande de céder les charges, acquis de droit, et quand vous jugez entre les hommes, de juger avec la justice. Et assurément, ce à quoi Allah vous exhorte est excellent. En vérité, Allah extend tout et voit tout. Ô vous qui croyez, obéissez à Allah et obéissez aux messagers, et à ceux qui ont l'autorité sur vous. Et si vous êtes en litige sur n'importe quelle question, référez-la à Allah et aux messagers. Si vous croyez en Allah et au jour dernier, cela vaut mieux et excellent par rapport aux résultats. Merci.
Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much. Next up is the most important event, which is flag hoisting. And you will also hear the children from the Ahmadiyya school in Calgary reading the national anthem. So everyone, can I please request you all to stand? With some designated people who will come and join us by the flags to help us hoist these flags.
Dad, you're going to stand there. You're standing there. No, you're standing there. I'll stand for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests and cherished members of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat, a warm and heartfelt welcome to all of you on this joyous occasion of Canada Day. Today, we gather here not only to commemorate the birth of this great nation, but also to celebrate the spirit of unity, love, and compassion that defines the essence of the Ahmadiyya Jamaat. As we come together under the banner of love for all, hatred for none, we reaffirm our commitment to fostering harmony, understanding, and respect among all people, regardless of their background or beliefs. On this momentous day, we're also honored to acknowledge the remarkable achievements of our esteemed Lajna members. This is the Women's Auxiliary Organization of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat. As they mark 100 years of unparalleled success, we take pride in the profound contributions they have made to our community and beyond. Their dedication, resilience, and unwavering commitment to service serve as an inspiration for all of us. Now I'll be inviting some guests to speak on the podium. So this is in no particular order, and I would like to request first up Her Worship Mayor Gondik.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम जी, सब नूं बहुत बहुत प्यार अज दे कैनेडा डे दे दिन ते Oki Ambawastich Daranistata Tanse. Greetings to all of you in the mother languages of the indigenous peoples who cared for this land for generations before we came to settle here, at the confluence of the Bow and Elbow rivers, the land that was called Mokinstis. On this Canada Day, I'm grateful to the Ahmadiyya Muslim Calgary Jamaat for inviting us all to come together in this very special place. I'm humbled to be in the presence of so many amazing Calgarians and Canadians who have come together today. And a special thanks to my City Council colleague, Ward 5 Councillor Raj Thaliwal, for being here today. And while we are here, as neighbors, as members of faith groups, and especially as elected officials with a duty to serve the public together, I'd like to offer a path forward that places us on a common journey for the betterment of our nation and its people. And this begins with looking back at a time when we were less divided, we were less polarized, and we were so much less willing to abandon our humanity in favor of ideology. Together with many of you, I'm on a journey to fully appreciate the truth of the land upon which we are settlers, and moving on a path that includes both reconciliation and action, to hear the stories that have been suppressed, the histories that were never told, and the voices that were silenced for far too long. And what does that mean in the work that we all have to do together? It means we need to be intentional in our progress because status quo is no longer enough. The path forward is going to feel a lot different than what we've been used to. And that's because we exist in a moment in time where we could be much better at building an inclusive and welcoming society. And I really think we could do that if we actually looked at history, if we looked at Indigenous ways of knowing, Indigenous ways of justice, Indigenous ways of healing. If we did that, we would see that Indigenous communities are rooted in the principles and practices of acceptance, of love for one another, of being open to who an individual truly is. They are focused on the fact that Creator brought us all into this world to live with each other, in balance and in harmony with nature. Let's ensure we maintain a focus on that critical point in Canadian history, and let's continue to move forward in a good way, knowing that we could be emboldening generations to come to be strong and be engaged. Let's be bold together in the legacy that we wish to build, and let us be intentional in our desire to have good relations and to also be good relations with one another. And let's continue to be inspired by the words that we heard just moments ago: love for all and hatred for none. I will leave you today with great appreciation for the work that each of you do every day in your roles as community builders, as faith leaders, as healthcare workers, educators, first responders, and public servants. I'm blessed to be serving in this city with all of you and in this country. And let me make a quick note that this year marks the 100th anniversary of the Ahmadiyya Ladies Auxiliary. Congratulations to all of the women who have spent a century doing strong community building. Sab nu Canada Day diyan lakh lakh mubaraka. Happy Canada Day, everyone.
Let's go. Proud of you.
Thank you, Your Worship. Next up, we have Member of Parliament Pat Kelly. Pat Kelly was first elected. Sorry, Pat. I'm going to introduce you. Pat Kelly was first elected as Member of Parliament for Calgary Rocky Ridge in October 2015, was re-elected in October 2019, and again in September 2021. MP Kelly is currently the Shadow Cabinet Minister of Prairie Economic Development and serves on the Standing Committee on National Defence. May I please welcome Pat Kelly.
Thank you so much for the introduction, and thank you for having me here today and for the opportunity to celebrate Canada with you. The Ahmadiyya Jamaat is to be commended for its creed of love for all and hatred to none, and its commitment to service to country and to community. And I will join in the wishing all the best to the Lajna. It's celebrating 100 years of service. I can't resist waxing a little bit historic on Canada Day every year. It was, of course, on July 1st, 1867 that fledgling colonies joined together in confederation. It was a political choice that was made in that day. It was not inevitable. It was a elected leaders made to join together and found this great country that we love. This confederation was made to accommodate linguistic and religious divisions that existed in that time, and made to welcome newcomers, to promote trade, to secure its border with the United States, to entrench democracy through a parliament that required governments to be responsible to elected legislators. It was founded on ideals that have defined Canada through the years: peace, tolerance, pluralism, freedom, equality, democracy, the rule of law. This was the promise and vision of Canada from the beginning. And the proof of the success of the country launched 156 years ago is found in the millions of people who have chosen Canada and continue to choose Canada and to choose to come to Canada and make Canada their home and their country. Our great country is not perfect. There are great challenges in our time, just as there were challenges every step of the way since Confederation. Canada's founders were not perfect, and neither was their legacy. But as I say again, the proof is in the country that has endured and blossomed over the past century and a half. We live in a country where for 156 years we have known domestic peace, order, security, prosperity, and opportunity. I submit that there is no other country in the world with a legacy that can match Canada since 1867. So today, I celebrate Canada, and I'm so glad to be able to do so with you. Happy Canada Day.
Thank you very much, Pat, for your kind words. Next up, we have Member of Parliament George Chahal. George was born at Calgary's Holy Cross Hospital in 1975 to Ram and Surinder Chahal, who had recently immigrated from the United Kingdom to pursue the challenges and opportunities of Western Canada and raise a young family. Through a lifetime in Calgary, he has experienced firsthand the growth of our city through the highs and lows of a boom-bust economy. He married the love of his life, Aman, in 2003 and has been blessed with 3 daughters, a beautiful family of his own. Please welcome George Chahal.
Assalamu alaikum, my brothers and sisters. On behalf of Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and the Government of Canada and your local Liberal MP from Calgary Skyview, happy Canada Day. Great to be here in Northeast Calgary, one of the most diverse ridings in Canada. The Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat has done a tremendous job over the years in supporting our country and community. I was at the Western Canadian Delta Solana last year, and I saw that tremendous gathering here in Northeast Calgary. Over the years, the community's done amazing work when it comes to vaccine clinics at the masjid. Their annual run for Calgary, which I participated in last year and hoping to do again this year. I think it's so important. Our Prime Minister always says diversity is our strength, and you see it here today. You also see it with the Ahmadiyya community and the love for all, hatred for none, that they embody in everything they do. I want to acknowledge the 100 years of the Women's Auxiliary Association that the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat that this year we're celebrating. I have an amazing woman from the community who works with me and who I wanted to come on stage with me, because you all should know that she's a member of the community, dedicated and working so hard to make our community, our city, a better place. Thank you, Zarnab. Please come up. I want to acknowledge her because she's done a tremendous job for the community, our city, and our country. Thank you so much, and happy Canada Day.
Assalamu alaikum, namaste, sat sri akal, very good morning. And